Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you in advance for subscribing. So for all of you lien holders out there for automobiles, you finance companies out there for autos, and you're wondering where your title is, you want to know why the process is taking so long, this segment is for you. I'm going to share 3 mistakes you guys are making when it comes to you getting your title late, or sometimes you don't get your title at all. Okay. Before I share that, let me just advise. We all know that the DMV sometimes can take a long time to process titles. Okay. That's nothing new. But I'm not here tonight to talk about the DMV delays or dilemmas and things of this nature. I'm talking about the self-inflicted, situation you guys are putting yourself into when it comes to your titles getting processed. So the first thing I want to talk about, or this first mistake that I see a lot, is taking you guys a lot of time to get that funding process done at the dealership for that customer. It's taking a long time. I do understand, due to today's climate with the economy and interest rates, things are not as favorable. Okay, I get that part. But I've been seeing this happen way before the current economic status and state of this, country. It's been going on for a while. And what happens is, when it takes a long time for your customer to get funded, or they're going in between you and maybe another lien holder, then what's happening is it's going to delay your title transaction. Okay. Most DMVs require vehicles to be titled within 30 days, and sometimes it's sooner than that. But the average time frame is 30 days. Okay. So in the event it's taking days and sometimes weeks for that deal to go through, keep in mind, this is actually cutting into your title processing time. Okay. So you want to make sure you get that customer funded as quickly as possible. Okay. Very important. And stay in touch with that lien holder, with the dealership rather, and make sure the dealership do their part to get, that ball rolling with the paperwork and get it out the door. So you won't have any issues at the end. The second mistake I'm seeing you lien holders make is not having your correct lien code or lien code being provided at all to the dealership or to that title clerk. Okay, that title clerk or the dealership, they have a responsibility to put you guys on the title application or the dealer reassignment or the title or the MCO. And a lot of times they must provide the lien code from your organization with that information. And if they don't have a lien code, that's going to be a problem for the DMV when the DMV is trying to process that title and perfect your lien. Whether you are a traditional lien holder or whether you are an ELT or an electronic lien holder, in either case, you want to make sure that title clerk or dealership has your correct lien code. If your lien code has changed, make sure you also give them that information to them as well, so they won't have any issues. And lastly, make sure your address is updated with the DMV. Okay, the DMV will not assume that your address has changed. They will not forward any titles to another address. Okay, they just won't do that. So if your address needs to be changed or has been changed, make sure you advise the DMV accordingly and get it changed through them. They're not going to change it without your consent. Very important. And I want to also add this. With the P.O. boxes, I see a lot of times your P.O. boxes, for those of you that use P.O. boxes, they serve different purposes. You have multiple P.O.s. And if that's your case, make sure that your team is aware that you're going to use a specific P.O. for the receipt of your titles. Okay? Very important. And this also needs to be communicated with the DMV. Okay, they will not assume that. So make sure they have that information pertaining to, the purpose of the PO that you're going to be using and whatnot, and who they should put the titles to the attention of, etc. Okay, so be very mindful of these three mistakes, lien holders, that you guys are making when it comes to, getting your titles. Because if any of these mistakes are present, your title will be delayed. And unfortunately, a lot of times you may not get your title. You may not. So stay in touch with the DMV regarding any necessary changes or updates. Stay in touch with that dealership as well. If you have any questions pertaining to, getting your lien perfected, or, you want more insight regarding how you can better get that transaction process as quickly as possible, drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Check me out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.